The EFF have launched an attack on National Assembly Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula for kicking the Red Berets out of the Cape Town City Hall chambers during the State of the Nation address. The presence of armed police and their response to the EFF's attempt to stage a protest in the chambers, according to the EFF leader Julius Malema, undermined the members of parliament's rights and was unconstitutional. Malema was speaking at a press conference in Cape Town on Friday afternoon. He explained that the National Assembly Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula's interruptions of parliamentary rules was flawed and that the ejection of the EFF members from parliamentary seating was not justified. Mapisa-Nqakula will now be served with a legal document demanding that she apologize within 48 hours or face being hauled into court. He also demanded that the Speaker and the Parliamentary Protection Services condemn and distance themselves from the unconstitutional removal of members of Parliament from the precinct. There is absolutely no permissibility in the rules of Parliament or the Constitution to treat members of Parliament as a group and evict them from the Assembly for exercising their democratic rights because the presiding officer has the preconceived decision and attitude about the members. All EFF members of Parliament who spoke during the State of the Nation address and those who planned to speak did so in accordance with the joint rules of Parliament and the laws of the Republic. It is therefore unconstitutional, unlawful and unacceptable that the South African Police Services counter-assault team invaded Parliament violently and physically to remove peaceful members of Parliament who were exercising their democratic right to protest, he said. Malema also accused the Speaker of undermining the Western Cape High Court's decision in the case involving the Democratic Alliance, the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces and the government. The judgment states that only Parliamentary Protection Services would deal with the conduct of members in the chamber and not security services as defined by Section 199 of the Constitution. We made these changes to the rules because allowing Defence Force, police services and any intelligence into Parliament chambers could grossly violate the Section 58 of the Constitution and undermine members' freedom of speech, said the EFF's leader. The State of the Nation address began chaotically when the Red Berets stormed the stage as President Cyril Ramaphosa began his speech. They had to be removed by security, which caused Mapisa-Nqakula to suspend proceedings. Vuyorethu Zungula, the leader of the African Transformation Movement leader, was also asked to leave the chambers after raising a point of order which caused him to argue with Mapisa-Nqakula. The Parliament issued a statement condemning the actions of the EFF members of Parliament shortly after they were removed. The statement also clarified the role of security services during legislative proceedings. The House had to be briefly suspended to remove the disruptive members of Parliament who refused to leave the House after being repeatedly ordered to do so following persistent abuse on the points of order. The members of Parliament also jumped onto the stage where the President was seated, putting his safety in jeopardy. In accordance with the joint rules of Parliament, the security services may intervene directly anywhere in the precincts in accordance with the Section 4, Part 2 of the Powers, Privileges and Immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act number 4 of 2004, when there is an immediate danger of the life or safety of any person or damage to any property. In this regard, the security services do not have to wait for the presiding officer's invitation to enter the chamber when the life or safety of any person is in danger.